and welcome to this webinar on how to manage your orders post-delivery. This is an introduction to the delivery phases, which is a new feature in webCRM. My name is Nicoline and I'm a project manager with FSC. I'm mostly working with the webCRM product. I am located in the Copenhagen office and I'm going to be your host for today's webinar. Before we can get started, there's some housekeeping, and the session will be recorded and it will be shared alongside with the presentation deck. If you have any questions, please write them in the chat and we will get around to that at the end where we will have a Q&A. If there's any questions we do not get around to, then we will reach out to you after the webinar and provide you with an answer. The agenda for today is going to be on the delivery phases. So we're going to talk about the what, why, and who in the beginning. It's going to be what are the post-delivery phases? Why is this feature useful? And who is it useful for? Afterwards, I'm going to go into the hows, which will be in the live system, where I'm going to show you how it is used, how you customize it, and how you leverage the data from this feature. After that, we're going to have the Q&A where you can get your questions answered. So let's get started with the first question. What are the post-delivery phases? It is a feature in the order entity that allows you to divide your delivery phases into different steps. Usually when a product is sold, so it is converted from the pipeline to the order entity, it's not yet done within your organization. There's still some steps before the project is or the product is all the way out of your organization. And this feature allows you to systemize these steps and visualize it as well. This could, for instance, be the steps if you are a small e-commerce company where you pack up a product and then you ship it off. Then you have the steps after the purchasing has happened. But if you are a larger company that sells specialized equipment that you need to order from a third party, then you would have a bunch of different steps that you need to go through before the product or project is actually delivered. And this feature helps you visualize this part. As for the question on why this feature is useful, it is useful because it helps you visualize the process. It helps you visualize how many products or projects you have in each stage. And it is visualized by this short small widget on your right hand side, where you can see the different stages that the project is in or product is in. And you can change these stages back and forth like we know from the pipeline level. Some examples of what the delivery phases, who the delivery phases can be relevant for. For instance, if you are in the consultancy industry, you will sell in a service. And you will have not physical products, but consultancy products. So you will sell in a service, and then you would actually have to deliver on this service afterwards. So the first step would, for instance, be that the service is sold and you're waiting for delivery. And the second one could be, if it is a smaller service, it could be that the consultancy is planned or it's scoped. And then the final step could be that you had the final consultancy or you had the final meeting with the client. And here you're able to move the task or not the task, but the product or the project from step to step, so you can follow the stages of it. You can also, based on this view, see the total value of this entire stage. Another example of who delivery phases can be relevant for is companies with physical products that requires or it's very helpful if you have a very long delivery flow. So if you are delivering specialized equipment or something, so the customer places the order with you, and then you have to go and place the order with someone who produces this specialized equipment, and from there the stages will then move forward. So you will have the product shipped to the customer, and then you would need to send out a person for installation maybe. And during the installation, you would have to make remarks if there's any service checkups that has been purchased alongside with the product, and you would also be able to then move the delivery from the product is actually sold to the product is if to you're done following the product to the customer, and the customer has actually received this delivery. So you can both use this feature if it is consultancy products or online products, and you can use it if it is physical products. For the rest of the agenda, it is gonna be the hows. So it is how the feature is used. It is gonna be about how you customize it to your needs. And then I'm going to finish off with how to leverage the data and how to combine this feature with both automation and how to visualize the data in a dashboard on your front page, so you're able to keep track on your delivery phases. And if you go to the webCRM platform, you will see under orders that you have, usually you will just have this list view of all of your orders. So this is one opportunities. And with this, with these post-delivery or with the post-delivery module, you would be able to get this Kanban view. So this is the same view as we know from the opportunities, where you split the product or the service into different stages that matches the process internally in your organization. And you are able to take a project or a product and move it from stage to stage. My example here is on what a common onboarding would look like to the CRM, to webCRM. And we would start off with a kickoff meeting, and then we would move to a configuration, and then we would move to the testing, and then we would move to a sign off. This is of course a very simplified process, but you can always add more columns to make it more detailed if that matches your needs better. You can also go into the specific product or project, and you can move it over here on your right hand side, as we know from the pipeline view. And other than that, the layout is exactly as we know it from the orders entity. You have the same details, the same information. You have the value of the order. You have the quotation lines if you have added that. So nothing has changed in the view of the specific order. It is only the overview that is a bit more detailed. Okay, so you can move the orders from stage to stage, and if you need an extra stage, which would be, let's say, a final stage, then you would go to utilities, and then you would go to the delivery phase, And here you see the overview of the different stages that has been created. You see the naming of it. There's an option to put in a description if that is relevant for you. There's also the levels, so this would be the order of the different stages. And then we have this feature called days to follow up. So this is relevant for the filtering that I will get back to. So if you have a configuration that has been done and you're waiting for approval from the customer, you could, and you're giving them a deadline of 2 weeks, then you put in 14 days to follow up. So you will get, you will be able to see on your view that you need to follow up on this specific order. If you want to edit the different stages, you just press the pen and you can change the name, you can add a description, you can change the level. So this would, if you want to change the order of configuration and testing, you would put configuration in as number 2 and then testing in as number 1. And you can edit the days to follow up here as well. If you want an extra stage, let's say a final stage, you just press create delivery phase and you put in the final stage. And we do not need a description for this, but we want it as level 4. And days to follow up, we want to say 10 days. And then it is created and you simply go back to your orders and it appears. So there's no need to drag it in, it will simply just appear. And it is as easy to remove again. You go to utilities and you go to your delivery phases and you find the stage that you want to delete and you just press delete. Then it is gone. For the filtering of the delivery stages, it is as we know it from the other entities. You just click on filtering and then you can add the different filters that you wanna have. You can add the filters and search them out. And you can also filter based on the owner of the order. So you can select all, or you can select a colleague, or you can select yourself. And then for the time to follow up and the deadline dates, you're able to filter on them over here. I have a filter set for all, but you can also set the filters to this month or next month or overdue or future. So you're able to do some cleaning up if you want to get through all of the overdue orders. And then on top of that, you can also filter on the oldest first or newest first, depending on what matches your organization. And to really leverage the power of this feature would be to combine it with the automation or a dashboard in the front page, so you can actually use the data to act upon it. And for instance, I have created an automation on the orders as when they are set to when the overall status is changed to complete, then the customer or the order contact will receive an email with a survey asking about asking about like a satisfaction score. You could also set it as you wanted to send to both the order contact and the sales contact. But I have chosen just to send it to the order contact. And this is just a simple email template that is linked to one of the forms that we also have. And then from here, the customer will simply receive an email where, let me just zoom a little bit, they will receive an email where they put in the customer satisfaction and they can submit whatever answer they would like, and you go back and you see we have created a custom field that is in view only mode. So this would be the answer from this survey that appears. When alongside the survey is sent out to the customer, the order responsible will receive a notification. So we have placed that trigger as well. And the order responsible will receive this notification that the survey has been sent. You could also say that it could be relevant that the salesperson see this notification, or it could be relevant to see the notification or receive a notification when the delivery satisfaction survey has been answered. But you will simply get the notification on the little bell up here, and it is a bit further down, and it is right here. So it says, congratulations, your delivery is done, and we have sent a survey to the client. So that is one way of combining the automation with the delivery phases, and a way to receive feedback from automated feedback from your clients. And now that we have all of this data, it is, in my opinion, important to actually work with it. So you need to have an overview of the data. On the dashboard that we have created, you see that there's these two widgets that have been created based on the delivery phases. And to just do the satisfaction survey first, we have just created a report on the satisfaction scores. So this report is on all closed projects, because that is where the trigger for the automation lies. And all of the replies for the satisfaction surveys that's been sent out will then enter this illustration. And we only have this one reply so far, and we have 38 finished or closed products or projects with no reply yet. So that could also be interesting to go and pull a report on who has not responded to this survey and reach out to them and ask for the feedback, so you know that what you're delivering is actually up to standards of what the customers expect. So that is a way to work with that data field. Another widget that has been created is for the delivery, like a general overview for the delivery phases. It is a widget that usually is used for the opportunities, since we have the differentiation between the weighted revenue and the total revenue. And since the one orders are 100% of the total revenue, these two numbers are the same. But if you used it for the opportunities, it would be two different numbers. More than that, it gives you a complete flow or an overview of the complete flow of your delivery phases. You can see how many, what the average value in the kickoff meeting stage is. So all the way you can see the average value per order, and then you can also see the total value in each of the stages. And most importantly and most helpful, I would say, is the count of projects or products in each stage, and it gives you the option to really get an overview of your backlog. So you would be able to see that, okay, we have 28 projects or products that are still in the kickoff stage that we need to get moving before we can take in more products or projects and actually deliver on the delivery time that we promise our customers. So it gives you an overview of where in the process how your backlog is distributed throughout your post-delivery phases. So So that was the how is it used and how it is customized and how you leverage the data. And now will be the Q&A. If you would like to get this feature in your platform, you can reach out to customerservice.webcrm@fsc.com, and the feature is included in the enterprise license. So if you have the enterprise license, we can just simply enable the feature. But if you do not know which license you have, just reach out to us and we will help you.